Hi there, my name is Peter Steiner. I'm a trombone soloist, and today I'll show you how 6 different trombone mutes sound. This is how a trombone sounds without a mute. This here is a straight mute. So this here is our straight mute. It's by the very famous company Wick, and it's our go-to mute. Straight mutes is our standard mute. It makes the sound a little bit more brassy and very nasally. It's a very cool effect. The next mute we're going to use is again a straight mute, this time by the company Tom Crown. It doesn't change too much and doesn't affect the feel of the player on the lips. It sounds a little bit more covered in the sound, not as nasally, not as bright maybe, but it has a very nice feel. The next mute we are going to use is a cup mute, again by Wick. We also often use a cup mute in orchestral literature and also in bands quite often. With the cup mute, the sound becomes much more mellow, much darker, just loosens all that brightness, all the overtones in the sound. But it gives a nice and cool, warm feeling to the sound where you can create some very nice characters. The next mute we're going to use again is a cup mute, this time by Tom Crown. As with all Tom Crown mutes, this one has a really nice feeling. It doesn't really affect the player so much on the lips. It makes the sound a little bit more covered compared to other cup mutes. It changes maybe the intonation a little bit more, especially in the lower register. It's a little bit trickier to find the pitch center, but a very nice mute overall. This is a practice mute, especially very comfortable for at home for your practice, so you don't bother your neighbors too much. This soft tone practice mute definitely helps quiet down your tone in whatever environment you're in. You won't bother your neighbors. It changes a little bit the pitch that you're playing, especially the higher you go and the lower you go. The extremes on the instrument definitely are a little bit tricky to find the pitch center, but definitely a good tool for your practice. So here is the last mute that we are going to use today. It's a plunger mute that was famously used quite often by Glenn Miller. You can create some very nice effects with it, especially often used in jazz and big bands. Thanks so much for watching this video on the 6 different mutes. If you have any further question on mutes or just brass instruments in general, make sure to check out sweetwater.com or check with your Sweetwater sales engineer.